Hello, good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Catch Up with Kat. This is a weekly series that I'm doing. I'm Kat G. I run Kat G Design, and Kat G Design is a company focused on upcycling paper craft, paper art. Things like greeting cards and magazines. I cut out pretty images and pictures and colors, and I turn them into earrings and bookmarks. So this is a weekly series. In this series, I talk about three things: what I'm reading, what I'm listening to, and what is new in the shop. If you are new to my channel, I am a huge book nerd. I have been a bibliophile my whole entire life. Love books, love libraries, love reading, love magazines also, mostly for the tactile sense of it, I guess. I love smelling them, smelling the perfume samples, turning the pages. And I'm also a yarn addict as well. So if you think that this might be a channel that you will like watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Speaking of yarn, I'm doing my best not to go on a yarn buying binge. I gotta tell you, I'm very tempted. My Pinterest feed is full of gorgeous yarn. My Instagram feed is full of gorgeous yarn. And I just, it's so hard. I want to buy all of the pretties, So anyways, all right, this is episode 8, and let's start with what I am reading. A couple of days ago, I was reading in bed, and I was crying a little bit because I had just finished The Alice Network by Quinn. I love this author, and this was so good. I read The Alice Network because I had previously read The Huntress. I gotta tell you, if you are a historical fiction fan, if you are a fan of books pertaining to World War I, World War II, and you've got to pick these up. They're amazing. I can't gush enough about this author. She just has a very distinct style. These two books are similar, and they're both just so juicy. They're just so good. They're both so good. And I was finishing up this one, and I was crying a little bit, and I cried a little bit with this one, because it's just, they're so good. They're so good. Her style, she kind of runs parallel storylines, past and present, and she'll follow a character's past, kind of go along how they got to the present, what happened to them, and then in the end, the lines all come together, and you find out just how connected the characters are, even though they don't seem to be in the beginning. And it's just, they're awesome. They're so good. So if you are a historical fiction fan, World War I, World War II is your interest, you need to pick these up. And I can't say enough about them. They're just wonderful. They are wonderful. So thank you, Kate. Thank you for writing those. So that was the one book that I finished. If you watched last week's episode, you heard me mention the book Blitzed, Drugs in Nazi Germany. I'm still reading that one. Very, very interesting. It's a little cringy, of course, being, what it is, the subject matter that it is, but it's very interesting. It gives you very much a behind the scenes look at what happened in World War II in Nazi Germany, and it makes you wonder about how certain battles ended up and how things progressed and the way that they ended. It really gives you a whole new perspective on World War II. So if you're interested in that, I would recommend that as well. It's well written, fast paced. It's not dry, which I wouldn't expect with this kind of subject matter anyway. So Blitzed, Drugs During Nazi Germany is the title. Norman Ohler is the author. Ohler is his last name. All right, so that's what I've been reading. What I'm listening to. I am listening to, last night I downloaded a new one. It's called, give me a second, The Lost for Words Bookshop by Stephanie Butland. And I've gone over this before. I'm a super dork in that I love books about books. I love books about libraries. I love books about reading. I love books about other book nerds. And I know I'm not alone in this, so if you're one of those, hit me up, let me know, because I know I'm not alone in this. I love, you know, the little cozy mysteries. There's a lot of series of them. Miranda James writes what's that cat, the Black Cat mystery. She's one of the authors. There's a lot of them, all the little cozy mystery series. It's kind of like that. It's good so far. It's very similar to The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman, if you love that book, which I do. I loved The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. It was very cute. It was almost too much of a cozy, I guess you could say, but the character is so funny and witty that's what hooked me. Initially I was thinking, this might be too soft, if you will, but it ended up being a great book. It's on my list of books to buy to add to my own library. And this one, The Lost for Words Bookshop by Stephanie Butland, is similar. It reminds me in a lot of ways of The Bookish Life of Nina Hill, sorry. Very cute. So if you are a fan of that one, and Abby Waxman, look for that. I'm listening to audio currently, and it's pretty good. The narrator is good. She kind of gives the right tone and voice to the main character, so I'm pleased with it so far, and I think I'll finish it. Last night I was looking for a book about books, because I do that occasionally, and I was also trying to find a book about like a yarn shop. And there's the famous series, the Knitting Club. I think you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a popular one. There was a 2-3 book series about a Friday Night Knitting Club. That's what it's called, the Friday Night Knitting Club. And I know there's at least 2 books in that series, and that features a group of women who get together and knit on a Friday night. And I haven't read it. It doesn't interest me because it's more about like what they're going through, like their conversation and the issues in their individual lives, more than knitting. Although obviously that's a big part of it, but it's just a little too much like, you know, bitching about the husband or the kids or whatever, and that just doesn't interest me. So I saw that one, those 2, but I wasn't interested in that. And there is of course a cozy mystery series that features a yarn shop, but I don't know, I needed a little more something with a little more body to it, so I didn't end up getting a book about yarn shops, although I was thinking about it last night. So that was kind of the audiobook hole that I went down briefly. All right, last, let's hit up what's new in the studio. I'm going to show you a pair of earrings that they're not listed yet, but they're similar to a pair that went flying off the shelf. Shelf? I think there's only one shelf. These are similar, and these are also made from a recycled greeting card, which the ones that sold were also. And you probably will remember seeing the ones. It's been up on my social media if you follow me, at Cat G Design. So these are similar, a little different shape, but they're still layered floral, and they are made from a upcycled greeting card. So you see there's a smaller flower shape on top of a bigger one. They are double-sided, of course, so each side is different. Just know that when you get any of my upcycled greeting card or magazine, not so much maybe magazine earrings, but these are going to be different on every side, just because there is a finite amount of paper of greeting card to use. So this pair will be up soon. Let me know. I've just been in the mood for bright and colorful in spring, as I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. By the way, it's April 22nd and it's blowing and snowing out there. It's terrible outside. It's terrible. And I know we all want the warm weather. It'll be here. It'll be here eventually. Just not today, not this week. So again, these will be going up very soon. I love them. They're just fun and bright. And I think we all need a little fun and bright, right? Okay. This pair is up in the shop, and I wanted to show these off because here's another bright and fun pair. These are also made from a greeting card. I know, you find it amazing, but I had, there was a bunch of them in this pack that I got where a couple of them were like watercolors, you know, like watercolor paintings on the cover. And I looked at those and I was like, bam, and that's how they ended up. So it's like a blue watercolor, double-sided, of course. I always use stainless steel earring wires. Okay, so they shouldn't bother you, but let me know if you need something different put in. That's always possible. So these are up in the shop, my blue watercolor babies, nice and bright. Yeah, so those are the two that are new from the shop. Oh, I also wanted to show off my new gift bags that I send the earrings in. I switched them up a little bit, but they're almost the same as the old ones. So here's the old ones. And I do love these. They are super cute. These were made by an Etsy seller. But then I wanted to just do a little something different. So I found these babies. So this is an organza as opposed to the cloth before. They're quite a bit bigger, as you can see, but I love them. Yep, so these are the new paw print organza gift bags that come with every pair of earrings that you buy. They're great for reusing. I always encourage everyone to reuse these. If you have another gift of a pet lover, these are perfect. So make sure you reuse them, please. I beg you if you buy some earrings from me. All right, those come with every purchase. And I think that might be it for now. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it for the week. Thank you for joining me on episode 8 of Catch Up with Kat. Make sure that we're connected on social media. At CatGDesign is my IG and my Twitter. There's also a Facebook page, CatG Design. Make sure you look me up and like and follow. And of course, if you've enjoyed this bookish rambling episode, then hit that subscribe button, all right? Hope to see you around. Try to ignore the snow and the cold. I know it's terrible if you're in the Northeast. We're moving towards spring. We are. I know it doesn't feel like it, but we are, I swear. And everyone stay safe. Use your heads out there. Wash your hands. And it'll be warm and sunny and bright before we all know it. All right? Thank you for watching. Catch you next week.